I think I'm live. I think I'm live. Okay, I'm live. But you can't. Okay, wait. Yeah, that's right. I changed up the music a little bit. Okay, that is super loud. Okay. So for whatever reason, my little studio thing ain't trying to work. Let me see if I can get it back. I think we're getting there. We might be okay. Are we back now? I can hear myself. This is still super loud. Okay, yo, Raj, was good, bro? Yeah, we got to talk about the Jimmy Butler thing. Jesus. Is that better? Is that too loud still? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. I guess my mic was all up on me. Yo, yeah, shout out to Jimmy. I mean, send him the link to the live. We could welcome him. Let me know if you like this music better than the other music. I tried to get a little bit upbeat. Yo, and while y'all waiting, feel free to go to my community page and vote. Vote for Falcon or the other people on there who deserves to be a Captain America. And let me know. Yeah, I'm echoing. Better. I'm also listening to myself, so I don't necessarily hear an echo. It was just super loud. Crazy thing is, I had this thing set up for like 2 weeks, and then we still had technical difficulties. But we saved it. We saved it. We didn't have to go and do a whole nother stream. We here. Okay, sounds better. Good deal. Good deal. How you like the countdown? Does it make things a little bit easier? I'm trying to give people time to get in here. Now, am I gonna pay attention to it is the question. Also, in the description, you'll find a couple of links. I put the link to the poll in there, so we'll do that last. All right, all right, all right. I could put the other music back on. It's definitely like a learning thing, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna start this live off talking about Kwanzaa Captain America. Shout out to the 6 people that are in here. I appreciate y'all. So the reason why I'm starting with Kwanzaa Black Captain America is because I feel like a lot of people are having a hard time settling in on a Black Captain America because they think that this is what they're gonna get. They think they're gonna get this, you know, green, red, black, you know, coming from the hood, taking everyone down. So I don't. That's not what we're getting. Even though this would be cool as hell, I ain't gonna lie. Like this suit, like if he pulled this out, like on some like, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what would you call it. Who thinks this? A lot of people. A lot of people are thinking like this is what Captain America is. This essentially Black Panther, no Marvel related character that's like this pro black trying to take the white man down in you know in the politics and all of this. And I really feel like this is what they think they're getting from having a Black Captain America. And I think it's so unfortunate because like this isn't like a new character that they're introducing and giving a movie to, right? Like this is a character that's been established for a very long time. So I feel like if anything, if we know anybody, we know Sam Wilson's character. And I feel like, this ain't it. But I guess like some people from the like people that read the comics and stuff, like they think like this is supposed to be some type of like urban version of Captain America that can't do what everybody else could do, but that ain't true. That ain't true. So um I wanna before we do that, before we deep dive, I wanna shout out to Falcon. This is a Falcon action figure I got like a long time ago when I first started collecting. No, I didn't get this in the 90s, but it was so retro. Like I had to get this in a Luke Cage. And this is really even before like I knew, this is before I really even knew who Falcon was. Um, and didn't realize that Red Wing is an actual like part of him, right? Like it's an actual like bird that flies with him that he gets to do stuff. So now we see like an updated version of Red Wing, who's essentially like a drone, but correlation to his roots of the comics. So anyway, as cool as this would be, right, for him to pull this red, black, and green out on some random like whatever, Juneteenth or something, alternate hanging in the closet. Um, this isn't necessarily what you're getting. And shout out to the person that designed this. I think this is really dope how they did this colors. Like I don't even know how you colored all of this in with the texture and everything, but shout out to them. So also like the controversy of him being like a um, black Captain America, people aren't realizing that he was actually like in the comics, right? Like this isn't just like they want to call it DEI or affirmative action, or them trying to turn characters into something that they never were, but this actually happened in the comics. So this is like a little blurb from the comics, but essentially like it reads, I imagine we could also rule out another of Roger's friends and ex-partners, Sam Wilson, alias the Falcon, right? Again, shout out to the Falcon. And this shows you like how accurate that actually is, right? I doubt the country is ready for a black Captain America. Now, ironically, they already put that in the comics, right? So we're talking about established like canon. So the writers obviously knew that people were going to be an uproar and not really try to accept Sam Wilson as Captain America. Now, the whole thing about this, about him being black, is are they not accepting the fact that somebody else is taking on the mantle of Captain America, or are they just not accepting the fact that Sam Wilson is going to be Captain America? And I think that's something that's important that we need to break down. Because if your argument is, no one should be Captain America, only Steve Rogers should be Captain America, and let the character die with him, just like, Superman, it should die with him, it should die with Batman, even though there's always been alternates of these characters in the comics. If that's your argument, then fine. But if your argument is simply like, oh, there shouldn't be a black Captain America because Marvel's just trying to be woke or diverse, refer to the comics. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here, with my Captain America like shirt on and pretend like all I do is like read Captain America comics and Sam Wilson Falcon comics and all of that. No, like I don't read that many comics, so I'm not gonna like sit up here and try to pretend like I know everything about these. But I will say there are people that do read these comics, and not just Sam Wilson, but study Marvel, study Captain America, know the history. and can make arguments about Sam Wilson and his character as a person and how he can be, you know, equivalent to or be worthy of Captain America's mantle. So I can only really talk about like the movies and everything, um, and point out certain things from the comics. But um, you know, there are people that break that down. And if you look in my description, I have a link to E-Man Noisette's page, and his video specifically talks about like Falcon being Captain America, and he breaks down the comics. Also, you know, there's other people on YouTube that you can check out. My issues are with the writing and the actor from the moments that Marvel introduced the character to the big screen. And I'm glad, Raj, I'm glad you brought that up because we're going to talk about that, right? Maybe some issues aren't the fact that he's black. Maybe some issues are the fact that, you know, he's actually, um, it's the writing, it's the introduction to the camera. It's 007 combo all over again. Right, but here's the thing with 007, like, and to that point, maybe they shouldn't say it's 007. Maybe they shouldn't say it's James Bond. Maybe they should call it 007. Or maybe they should say it's James Bond and call it 008 or something. Like, or double, you know, or 069. I don't know. But when you have characters that are mantles, i.e., excuse me, like Black Panther, other people can fill in these roles. Now, if they came out and just had like, if they just, you know, blew up the universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then they said, okay, now we got a Black Steve Rogers. Okay, then that's your argument. Maybe you don't like the fact that they're turning certain characters that are established one way and turning them white, i.e., you know, having Peter Parker and Miles Morales being separate characters. Okay, but that doesn't mean that Miles Morales can't be a Spider-Man, right? When his story and his arc and everything is completely different than the other person. And again, these are superhero mantles, right? And these aren't like, you know, people pretending to be these other characters. These are people that are like having these characters be bestowed on them, right? But I just wanted to point out that, you know, that it is established in the comics. So if your argument is just like Disney is trying to do something woke, refer back to the comics. Doesn't even matter if they did the comic last year or not. It's already established in the comic, and that's what people use as a reference. Now, before we go like deep dive into this, again, I want to point out E-Man Noisette's video that I linked in the description, and he breaks this down better than me because what he does is he explains how um, there is controversy with um, essentially Chris Evans being Captain America and things that he said when he took on this role. But the biggest thing that stood out, and I'll read this, what he said recently in an interview, which he was overseas and he was promoting the movie overseas. So I believe he was trying to talk to a more diverse audience. But he basically said Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. It's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Now, my personal thoughts on this is that he messed up when he tried to say the term America shouldn't be part of that representation. I think that if he said it was America plus everyone else, or America first and everybody else, or just some way that he included America in that, I don't think this necessarily would have been controversial. But I think the problem that he tried to take the name America out of Captain America, and obviously people, especially people that were against it to begin with, it was just fuel to the fire. So yeah, he did come back and he basically retracted what he said and added some more stuff and did a shout out to the troops and everything like that. which is like, trying to put the fire out. But I think what he was trying to say got lost in the fact that he said that the term America shouldn't be part of those representations. And basically, what he's saying is it's about the man, not about the country that he represents. And again, being international and trying to promote the movie, it makes sense, but I think it just didn't come out right. So whoever was just against this movie to begin with is really going to be against it, and they're going to boycott it, and they're going to say like, and all crazy thing is he went from this to basically doing like promo video, jumping out of planes with troops and all of this stuff. But people already clipped it and went viral. So no matter what he really says going forward, it's going to be hard. My personal opinion, it was a bad PR move. But either way, what he was trying to say shouldn't be lost on the message. And I just wanted to bring that up because that was something that happened like in the last 2 weeks. And again, going so close into the movie, it's important that you kind of understand like what's going on. So where does that bring us now? That brings us to Falcon, aka Sam Wilson, now being Captain America with the shield, with the suit on, and that's where we're at. So I'm going to break down. Basically, I went through and I watched all the Captain America movies, and then I went and I watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier movie, and I just want to point out a couple of things, right? A couple of things. And again, I'm not saying this is what I definitively agree or not or disagree on, but I am going to break this down and basically say like these are the things that I found from these movies that again were established early, right? And to Roger's point about it being how the writers brought him in and all of that stuff, I think that is important also because this isn't like somebody that they just like blip back and then he came to fight. Like this was a dude that was already established in Captain America's lore because Sam Wilson has been with Steve Rogers since the second movie. So, a couple of things that I feel that are important. First of all, the suit, the things that make up Captain America, what we think of when we think of Captain America. Captain America's suit is iconic. It stands out. It has the colors red, white, and blue. Right? It's not the green, red, and black, even though that would be cool. But the red, white, and blue, and it has a symbol on there, and you can tell automatically that that's his suit. Now the serum, that's a whole big thing, and basically going back from the first Captain America all the way up to where we are, that serum idea of just anybody taking it is a big part of the fight for Steve Rogers and what he's trying to stop, right? It's more than just him having it. It's about what happens if it gets into the hands of the wrong person. The shield. Again, the shield is iconic to Captain America because if anybody just walked around in a red, white, and blue suit, and no matter what color they are, without the shield, you're not going to necessarily know that that's Captain America. But the shield, whether it's the garbage can, top lid, or the cool one from the movie that was on the mannequin that he used in the first Captain America, or the vibranium shield that we have, the shield is iconic to what we think of as Captain America. And then last but not least is service, or no, not even last but not least, service. Service to the country, service to the military, and service to the people are important. And then last but not least is going to be SOB, right? Which you guys know what that means. And you're going to be like, yo, watcher, like, what does that even mean? What does SOB mean? But when I break it down, you guys are going to understand, right? Okay, so just a couple of things. I went back and I watched Captain America: First Avenger first, and I watched all of this in order. And some things that Steve Rogers said, right? Two quotables that stood out, or a couple, is he said, "It's not about me." He said that he has nothing to prove. He says, "I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies." Right? So when people are asking like Steve Rogers, like, "Yo, why do you want to serve?" He's not like, "Yo, I want to go, stop the Nazis and all of that, and lead the country to victory." He doesn't like the concept of bullies, and all throughout the movie, you see him fighting back against people and fighting against bullies and getting his tail whooped. But his main thing was always he's gonna go against the bullies, right? There was a scene where the sergeant. Okay, let me not butcher. I think it was a sergeant major, but I'm not positive. I don't know, but I believe it was a sergeant major, and he took the grenade off and he threw it to the ground to try to show off like how his troops would like react, especially this one guy. And Steve Rogers was the only dude that jumped on the grenade. And it ended up being a dummy grenade, and everyone realized that it was a dummy grenade. But the key part of that was Steve Rogers was willing to sacrifice his life for everyone else that was there, right? It wasn't like he has this thing where he wants to die. It was like he's gonna sacrifice himself to save everyone else. He wasn't what the doctor was looking for. He wasn't the person that was going to put the serum in him, wasn't looking for the perfect soldier, right? And then we go, and when we talk about John Walker later, it's not about the soldier, it's about being a good man, right? And then how do you relay that to Sam Wilson? Is he a good man? Is he inherently bad? Is he running some like secret, like covert operations and doing the stuff that Tony Stark was doing early on? Or is he inherently a good man? Is he a person that would deserve the serum just like Steve Rogers? All right. And then when we get to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, this is where they introduce Sam Wilson, right? Now, obviously, everyone understands that the Winter Soldier is Bucky, but Sam Wilson was introduced in the first very beginning when Steve Rogers was running and doing laps, and he kept saying on his left. And obviously, we all know the Easter egg that Sam Wilson said on your left when in Endgame. So it all ties together. Okay, but essentially, Sam Wilson was Steve Rogers' first friend post being frozen in the ice, like true friend. Things about Steve that stood out: he had the shield, right? He had combat IQ, which obviously he got actually fighting in the war in the first one. He was mission orientated, and he wanted to be a symbol to the nation with honor, bravery, and sacrifice. And crazy enough, with the serum, he was able to jump out of planes down multiple stories. And even if he gets shot at, he still keeps going. Hell, even if he gets shot, he kept going. Now, is that due to his like unstoppable force of nature, or does that have to do with the serum? Okay. Now, when we talk about Sam being introduced to this, and to Roger's point about how the writers introduced him, these are things that stuck out to me that may get unnoticed in the larger part of the movie. Number one, Sam is an early riser, because when we saw him running and doing laps and all of that stuff, he was doing that at the very beginning, like basically before dawn. It just so happened that Steve was out there with him. They were the only two out there. And not like coordinated, like they were on a base together or whatever. Like it was just out in public. So that shows that, Sam Wilson is very disciplined and has the routines and does stuff that's important, even when people don't see it, just like Steve Rogers. Now, he was no match for Steve physically or with this stamina, because obviously we kept seeing um, Sam getting lapped, right? Which is an ongoing joke. But the point is, he still gave it his best shot. Also, Sam was a service member. He served in the chair force. And yes, I'm going to call it the chair force. And if you've been in the chair force, oh well. And but regardless of sitting or being in the chair force, he was a proud member of the military. And not only that, but he had a kind of program where he would help veterans deal with stuff when they got out. So he was always ready. Um, and he basically, there was one point where he said, I do what he does, referring to Steve Rogers. He said, just slower. So he realizes that there's a big gap. There's always a big gap between, and I'm laughing at Rogers' comment, but there's always a big gap between Steve Rogers and Sam, but a lot of that has to do with the serum, not necessarily about the character. And yeah, I had to take a shot at the chair force. And if any of y'all are in the chair force, put a put a 4 in the chat for 4 legs of the chair. How about that? Shout out to y'all. I'll actually type that. All right. Now we jump to Civil War, which is a lot of people's favorite Captain America movie. Now, for whatever reason, when I was watching Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like I really felt like I never saw this movie before. Like I don't know if I just forgot it, but there were just things in there like I just absolutely didn't remember. Um, so watching that with like fresh eyes was really good, and I feel like it kind of helped me, like especially because I had a point to pay attention to Sam. I feel like it was really important to establish that relationship, and knowing that Sam has been by Cap's side from the beginning essentially, and everything, like he's gotten all of that, kind of like AK, shout out to Luca with LeBron, all of that knowledge and all of that stuff that he's about to get, he's soaking, pause, he's getting all of that from Steve Rogers. Okay, so we jump to Civil War. Things about Steve that stand out. Steve Rogers is understanding. There's a scene in there where he's talking to Scarlett Johansson, aka Black Widow, um, and he's being like real sympathetic to her. I think they had just got done with a fight, and he's not the all right, get up, like we got to move, get with the mission. Like he actually like sat down and talked to her and tried to understand her. And then that really, I didn't even realize like the relationship that he had with her. And it's crazy because she has like these minute relationships with people that are very like important, especially like with Bruce and with Hawkeye. But man, it sucks that like they didn't like double down on that for her character. But there are these moments that they show that she really connects to people. So like when she's on his side for half a Civil War, you understand why, right? Um, Steve Rogers has the ability to push back and to go against the grain. So like he is going against Iron Man, right? Like this billionaire Tony Stark. And I mean that can't be easy for anybody, but he does it, right? And like with no kind of like gumption of like you're not gonna do anything to me. So, he's standing by his friend. He's very loyal to Bucky. He's loyal to Sam, and he's gonna stand by that. Now, is he right or wrong? That's for you to decide, right? If you've ever watched that movie, or like you can pick your side, but either way, right or wrong, like he was going for it. So the reason why I bring that up is because Captain America doesn't always stand on the right side of things, depending upon how you look at it. And like I say, E-Man kind of breaks this down in the comics. So if you do want to go check it out, whatever, that's the last time I'll say that. But it's not about like, oh, I have to do this thing and stand up and all of this stuff and be the right person. Like, no, like he's going to just do what he feels needs to be done. So you can take that as you will when it comes to Captain America. It's not always about doing the right thing, basically what he feels is right. All right, give me a close up on my mouth. I want y'all to see my t-shirt. That's why. I just want you to, y'all can cop this at Walmart. No, this ain't my merch, but I thought it was pretty dope. All right. So, other thing is, things that stand out about Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, is that he has blind loyalty, right? And he's the first to walk out if he feels like he needs to. But something cool that he does is he has catchphrases, and that wasn't something that I listed on my things that Captain America has to have. But Captain America definitely has catchphrases, and not every character could pull that off in Marvel. And just as a side note, Sam Wilson doesn't have any catchphrases, not even like a booyah, like Cyborg in DC. But I think it would be cool if he did, even if he had like something with Red Wing going on. It would make him more memorable. And again, that goes back to Roger's point of like the writers not adding any kind of flavor or seasoning to Sam to make him stand out, right? And then the only catchphrase that everyone stood on is "You should do better, Senator," right? But that's not even a catchphrase, but that's only like cool, not or thing that he said that people caught on to. So it's unfortunate, because like Steve Rogers' catchphrases has been going all the way back to the first movie. So, oh, I could do this all day, like came from the first one. So whenever he says that to anybody or Thanos or anyone, you're like, yeah, that's Steve Rogers, right? So yeah, I feel like they didn't give him anything between these two movies to stand out. But I will say, on Sam's part, he is loyal. One of his attributes is that he is insightful and he can see the bigger picture, right? So he will go, like, even if he's loyal to the soil and he's gonna follow Steve Rogers to the end of time, he's gonna like question him, like, hey yo, like, you think we should be doing this or not? And Steve has already made up his mind. Once he made up his mind, like, they're already going. But he will at least like point that out to him, which not everyone would do, right? Like, not even Bucky is gonna be like, yo, Cap, like, you sure you want to do this? But at least he, even to a person that he looks up to as a friend and as an icon, he's still gonna question them, right? Like, it's not just like a, hey, I can't address the captain and ask him something. Like, we gotta do as what we say. Like, nah, like, if Sam ain't feeling it, like, he's not feeling it, he's gonna say something, which again is something that Steve Rogers would do. So there are similarities to his character, right? Now we jump into the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. And yeah, we skipped Infinity War and Endgame because I didn't find anything that was important, besides Steve Rogers is a leader, right? And in everything that we've seen in with Sam Wilson, he has not stood out as a leader. Nothing. Which kind of makes it hard to be like, yo, Sam Wilson can be Captain America. And again, I'm not answering the question. I'm just bringing up things to make you question it. So I'm gonna start a poll. I'm gonna start a poll. The question is gonna be, the question is gonna be, should Sam Wilson be Captain America? Yes or no? And matter of fact, we'll make it an affirmative. Hell yes or hell no. All right, there's the poll. I'll end it after the live stream. So yeah, definitely hit that. I should have did that like 40 viewers ago, but there you go. All right, so Roger's point was, I feel like Marvel in Civil War, I feel like Marvel in Civil War put so much energy into Iron Man, Captain America, and Winter Soldier's bromance, yes, as they should have, and then realized, oh snap, we need to give Falcon some lines and character arc. And I agree with you 100%. There's so many characters, not only in Civil War, in Infinity War, in Endgame. It was very hard for them to make characters stand out. And unfortunately, I really question, and I've been thinking about this all week since I started this journey, is questioning if whether they knew that they were going to make Sam Wilson Captain America from the beginning. Because if they did not, then them like shoehorning him in and being like, okay, now we got to hurry up and give him a show makes sense. But if they were like from the beginning, like when they first introduced him, it wasn't like, yo, he's just going to be a side character, then yeah, then they messed up. And I agree. And he really has been a background character since the beginning, which is unfortunate because like now they're trying to lean on him, especially because there's no Black Panther. And I don't know, is he bringing any swag to this? Who is Sam Wilson, Ty? Sam Wilson is Falcon. Sam Wilson is Falcon. He's been Captain America's right-hand man since the beginning. Right? He's in the comics as his own person. Is that better? Worse? Probably worse. See? Now, we ain't really seen Retro Falcon, which I think will be cool, right? And Red Wing is the bird with him. Yeah. What up, Ty? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, like, I don't think, regardless if you agree with what we have now, if he deserves to be Captain America or not, I agree with Roger 100% that the writers didn't make it easy for us to transition into him being Captain America. And then in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you had a couple of characters that were introduced that are obviously in the Mackie. I'm talking about Mackie. So in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they introduced a couple of other characters. John Walker, who's a soldier, who they made into like this, who wasn't a super soldier, but was like, he was like a SEAL or something. And they introduced him, but he also clearly had like some PTSD. And as reference, this is who he is. Now, obviously, at the end of the show, he changed his name from Captain America. Crazy how they got Johnny Walker in here, not to be confused, to U.S. Agent. But essentially, like, this is the outcome of what he did with the Shield. And what's important with this, and this is before the serum, what's important about this is the fact that not everyone would do right by the Shield. Raj said, then they accidentally made Black Panther in Civil War the best character arc. Chadwick Boseman and Ryan Coogler really taking the character to the next level made Black Panther iconic. I agree. So again, maybe they pivoted. Maybe they originally were going to go with Falcon and then they pivoted and then they were like, "Oh snap! Now we stuck on Black Panther," and tried to ride that out. Maybe that's what happened. But either way, they never introduced Sam Wilson to be as cool as Black Panther. Never. Panthers ate from America too. Oh wait. Yep, he skills B because the original Americans look like him. Either way, once not only did John Walker abuse kind of the power that was given to him with the shield, but then he took the serum and it was all over. But like I said, at the end he ended up becoming U.S. agent, who's probably going to be in the Thunderbolts movie. But that's who he is, right? And regardless, blonde hair, blue eyes, you know, top agent, America's soldier, whatever. Not everyone could be or is worthy of being Sam Wilson. Then we had Isaiah Bradley, right? Who basically came after Captain America once he got frozen and they experimented it on him. Now, again, people are going to be upset about this, but Isaiah Bradley is in the comics, right? So them introducing him is important. But yeah, I mean, look, he had his own shield. He repped the flag and all of that stuff. But in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they explained his story arc and basically how he got abused and the government took advantage of him. And he basically had to like pretend like he died so that he could kind of like live some type of life. But it is comic related. So this idea of having like this Black super soldier should not, like, if you have a problem with that and you have a problem that there's characters like this, then the problem is on you. Because if you want to be like, oh, they're just trying to make this happen, it's already established. It's in the comics, it's canon, and Marvel is doing a good job of bringing that out. And, you know, at the end of all of this, as crazy and messy as Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, I feel like Isaiah Bradley's story is the best. And also that shows how Sam is willing to do the right thing, just like Captain America, Steve Rogers would do by putting Isaiah into the basically like the museum with Steve. Raj said, let's keep it 100. Marvel has a terrible track record of taking C-list and worst comic book characters and making them likable on screen. I don't agree. The reason why I say that is because Guardians of the Galaxy are not memorable characters. Well, not comic, like no one was looking for that. James Gunn did a very good job of introducing those characters and making them characters that we care about. Apparently, Iron Man wasn't even one of those like top shelf characters that everyone loved. He was just one of those, you know, background. I'm not saying he was C-list. He might have been B-list, but he wasn't no Thor. He wasn't no Captain America. And you know, some people feel like Reed Richards is more important than Tony Stark. So I don't agree with that. You know, hell, Black Widow, I don't know how popular she was. Hell, Hawkeye probably was a D-list character in the comics. So I'm not going to agree with that. But I think that trying to turn a D-list or C-list or B-list character into an A+ character is very hard unless you establish that arc. That's, to your point, that's the goal. That's the key. So again, with John Walker, he's a real person that embodies America's greatest values, right? He was a symbol. He wanted to be the symbol. He wanted to be the symbol for America, and that's the key. Wanted to, not forced. He wanted to. He volunteered for it. He seems qualified. He embraces the role. wants to be the best Captain America he could be, and he has leadership qualities. Hell, they even gave him a sidekick. Okay, Vice, like Isaiah Bradley, who was forced to be a super soldier, got experimented, tortured, imprisoned. And the best thing that Sam could do is acknowledge all of that. He doesn't shy away from it. He doesn't like listen to the government and be like, yo, this never happened. Like he addresses it and makes it a point. I want to see Isaiah Bradley's story way more than I want to see Red Hulk. Well, I mean, I think the problem with the Hulk is the fact that they can't do anything with Bruce Banner Hulk, with him standing alone. So they have to do all of these other things to incorporate him. And it would be crazy cool if Green Hulk was in this movie, because I don't know how Sam Wilson is going to fight the Hulk. I agree with you about James Gunn making the Guardians good, not Marvel. I agree. And now James Gunn is trying to do that in the DC universe, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll get back to the points that I brought up earlier, right? The suit, the serum, the shield, and the service, and the SOB. Okay, so now we talk about the suit. Sam Wilson has a suit. It's a very good suit. It's a very capable suit. Now at this point, it got vibranium in it. I'm not gonna call it an Iron Man suit. Again, I haven't seen the new movie. I don't know if he basically has a flying Black Panther suit or a flying Iron Man suit. I really don't know, but he does have a functional suit. And not only that, he has a red, white, and blue suit, right? Which is important. He doesn't have, again, my favorite green, red, and black suit, which I think would be dope. I'm not feeling the glasses, but I think that would be dope. But he does have the suit that represents Captain America. And not only that, but he wasn't just given a suit, he had his own suit. In the second Captain America movie, he pulled out the suit and showed Steve like, yo, this is me, I'm ready to go, right? And we've seen throughout all of the Captain America movies that, you know, Steve had a bunch of different suits that got revamped and all of that stuff. So going from Sam Wilson's original suit to, you know, the metal suit that he has now shouldn't be surprising, especially like the level of like villains and monsters and aliens that they fight now. I think he has a very capable suit. Now, the serum, which again was addressed in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Sam said that he would never take the serum. This is what I get from this. This is the movie that we have to look forward to. There's no way, in my personal opinion, that Sam Wilson is going to be able to stop Red Hulk. Now, I don't know everything about Red Hulk. I don't know if his power level is the same as Green Hulk, right? I don't know if he gets angrier and angrier and that makes him stronger and stronger. I don't know like what drives him. I don't know if he has any weaknesses. I don't know if Scarlet starts singing to him that he's gonna, you know, calm down. I don't know. I don't know if She-Hulk is gonna show up and try to take him down. I have no idea. But what I will say is that even Iron Man had to have a Hulk Buster. Well, I think did they use the Hulk Buster against him? I know he had one, and I remember Bruce running in one. But again, like anything like Hulk level, like they never just took him out. And you know, Ross isn't the most rational person anyway. He don't like whatever he says goes. So if he's seeing red, I don't know how Sam Wilson alone is going to stop him. And I want to point out that to stop Thanos, you had to have Thor, who's a god, Captain America, right, with the super serum, with the super soldier serum, and you had to have literally Tony Stark with like every fiber of nanotechnology that he could muster, and even that almost didn't work. Twice. Do I think that Black Panther could go one-on-one with a Red Hulk? Nah, bro. Because even if every time he got punched, he got charged up with all that kinetic energy, he still got to go through them punches that he's gonna feel, and Red Hulk might punch through that suit. So I don't have a Red Hulk with me, right? But this regular guy, right, in his regular suit, I don't think is gonna stop the Hulk. And that brings me back to my argument about the serum. At least if he took the serum, he would have a fighting chance. Now again, it's a tricky convo because it's like people like that don't want to get vaccinated, and you like, nah, yo, you got to get vaccinated. Like it's free will, and he doesn't have to take it. But especially in like scenes where they're showing clips of the movie, I'm not gonna show it because I don't want to spoil it. But they're showing scenes where Sam is fighting, and he getting chopped up by a regular person, no serum. Like there was a scene in with Falcon and Winter Soldier where he had to like lift the car from a fallen like I don't want to call it a rooftop, but like a top, and the car was literally about to fall down, and like it took Captain America flying with all his force to push the car up, right? Like that. And then he had like he had two Red Wings that came and like helped guide the thing up like that. Right? Whereas you get scenes of Captain America literally grabbing like a daggone helicopter and just hanging on, by a gate. So does having the serum qualify you to be Captain America? No, because I think Captain America, John Walker was Captain America without it, but it would definitely give him a chance, and I think it handicaps what he could do. Like, I don't think he can lead an army going against Thanos and all the aliens without taking the serum, especially not fighting the Hulk. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have combat skills, because he does, and he's been fighting with Steve and all of this stuff. Like, he could chop some people up, but he seems to only do well with people at his caliber, not really anybody super stronger than him. So I don't know what we're gonna get, and that's really what makes me worried the most about this movie. Okay, now the Shield. There are scenes where like he's wielding the shield, right? Like he knows what he's doing. So I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like he can't fight with a shield. He can. I mean, he did some cool things with the shield. Let me see if I could real quick find a. All right. This is on YouTube. You guys can find that or find what I'm about to add. Try to slow it down for y'all. But let's not pretend like he didn't train. Like this is his personal time, right? He's literally training with the shield, having issues with it, trying to figure it out, right? This is no serum, but he's really trying to make it work. He didn't give up, right? We don't know how many days this was. We don't know how many hours this was. You know what I mean? This was him like training montage, just like any like great superhero you would have. You want to see them like getting it in, right? And I mean that's the shield in all its glory. Now, how dope is that? Like, how accurate do you have to be able to throw it? Like, that's super accurate. You see how narrow that thing is? And he was able to make that happen. Right? So, and obviously, this is before, I mean, um, this is after um, John Walker took it and did that crazy stuff with it. But you can't be like, oh, he can't catch it. Like, he's literally catching the shield. Right? No armor on, like just straight up like training with it. So I don't want to hear the argument like, oh, he can't even catch it. Like he's literally doing this. And that's the other thing. Half the people that are trying to argue against this didn't even like see this daggone TV show. They just like thinking out of their butt like, yo, he can't do it. I mean, look at that. You trying to tell me that like that ain't just chair force right there. Like that's actual like combat skill making this happen. And the accuracy. Okay, like he had to catch it with two hands with a frisbee, but he caught it. It didn't go through him. We saw what old girl did in the Doctor Strange movie where it went through her. She ain't catch it, right? So why is that any better? When is it? Are they gonna show? Nah. There's a whole like scene where he throws the thing. Nah, they didn't show it. He said, "Forget the training. Black Captain America ain't get no money or women ever. Women is not on my list, my guy. But let's talk about it, right? Before we get into service and SOB, let's talk about it. Falcon didn't get no burn at all. Like, I mean, we know She-Hulk is throwing it up. Now that's what they should have did. They should have brought Falcon in the She-Hulk video or in the TV show, and then maybe they have established a relationship. So then when he trying to fight the Red Hulk, then he got a number he could call. But we saw that didn't work. What's unsad? Me or the dude? Me or Sam? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're right. I'm agreeing with your point. He ain't getting no nothing. Nothing. Even Bucky was about to hit up old girl in Chinatown. Yeah. And the whole money thing is kind of confusing. Like I get there's no like trust fund for them. But like Sam was doing like contractor work, so I don't understand how he ain't got no money. That didn't make sense to me. And yo, like think about this. Like think about like yo, you're living your everyday life, and then like the like Iron Man or somebody comes and recruits you, and like he's a billionaire. or a multi-billionaire or whatever, and you supposed to like do what he could do. Talk about a disadvantage. It's crazy. Um, and I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, because he went on Steve's side and basically went down a rabbit hole, he ain't had no friends at the end, you know. And Tony died, so yeah, he ain't had no money. But Steve ain't had no money either. But he did get them girls, cause he had the girl, cause Black Widow was about to try to bag him. You had old girl in the infantry that kissed him. You had Peggy. Then you had Peggy's niece. Was there anybody else? They kept referring to like some girl in accounting or something. So yeah, but Sam ain't getting no girls. And I mean, good thing you don't need girls to qualify you to be Captain America. Then Sam would definitely be out. Um, hold on, let me see something. Okay, so back to service, right? We talked about how Sam is a Chair Force vet, and even like post his military career, he still was a contractor and did stuff primarily for our government, right? And and the cool thing, as a side note, the cool thing about um, Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the fact that we got to see like a real veteran's like life that could very easily get overshadowed by Loki, the god of distraction or whatever you want to call it, you know, trying to take over Earth, or aliens and creatures, or you know, billionaires or whatever. Like, that was probably like the most realistic like America regular person that we seen. And I think, like, to Mackie's point, he represents those everyday people. I just don't think he said it the right way. And when I talk about SOB, I'm talking about like the SOB, but I'm saying that Steve Rogers was an SOB. And what I mean by that is he went against Tony, which was a good friend of his. He went against the government and Ross, right? He went against his friends. He went undercover and was on the run, all because he believed in his best friend. And you gotta, good or bad, like, it wasn't just about him being what America needed him to be and being in the spotlight. He was his own person and his own autonomy. And I think as a Captain America, regardless of the name, you have to be able to push back and go against the grain and do what you believe in. And as much as everyone hates how Sam was like, you have to do better, Senator, he was in public, it was televised, and he called them out. He called them out. And I don't think everyone could do that. I'm just asking for realism when you create a character arc for a black character in Marvel. But if you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they did. Like, Sam has a family, he has a sister, both his parents died. You know, he got nephews that he barely knows because he was deployed and gone a lot. He got stuff going on with his family back at home he don't really know. He got people that do know him, but then people that know him and don't mess with him, and people that want to, you know, take pictures with him and his celebrity, but don't want to give him a loan. And I mean, he got dreams of trying to get his, you know, the family boat off the ground, but he can't because, you know, he got commitments to other things and he's gone. I mean, besides going to a Lil Wayne concert because it took place in New Orleans, that's probably the most realistic American character that we've seen, right? besides what Killmonger, who we saw his dad get killed by Black Panther, T'Chaka, and then was playing basketball in the hood, and then fast forward, he's like a Navy SEAL insurgent dude. I mean, I think Sam Wilson's story is, as an American, is more or is the realest that we've gotten. It was surface level. You don't think they could have done better? I agree. There's a lot that they could have did, but I also think that they wouldn't have sold the whole Falcon TV show um, without Bucky. I think there had to be a balance, and maybe that's a disservice to Sam. But also Marvel has a tendency to stack characters in one project. I mean, even the Wanda TV show, like you got Photon in there, you had Stephen Strange come in at the end, you had Agatha, right? Like I don't like none of these are just like taking these characters outside of the realm of the superhero stuff. But I think that's the. I mean, you seen Steve overseas doing stuff. You seen him at home. You see him. He walked through the hood, and half the hood mess with him, and half the hood don't. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe they wrote it surface level, and unfortunately, yeah, we have to like really look at it. But like when you watch this stuff from the perspective of I'm watching who Sam is and what the writers did, I think there's a lot there. Like he's not just a surface character. Yeah, he kind of was like a side character. I agree. I mean, he was a sidekick, but there's a lot there, man. And we've seen him in a lot of different scenes and scenarios. Like he ain't Ant-Man. He didn't get like his own movie or two movies or whatever. But I mean, there's a lot there. I hear your points on the show and the balance between him and Bucky on the show. Yeah, I mean, I think like they established Bucky being as important, or if not more important than Sam throughout Steve Rogers' history. But they also didn't just neglect Sam either. Like there's stuff there, and he was a part of decision making and stuff. Now again, he was on Team Rogers, right? But no pun intended. But he was a part of that group. Like he wasn't just a background character like Hawkeye. Like, who do I shoot next? So can Sam be an SOB? Absolutely, when he needs to be. And will he stand up to the right? Well, will he stand up for what he believes in? Absolutely. And he has to wear that proudly. He has to wear that proudly. Now this is another little thing from the comic. Again, I don't know exactly. It says from Sam Wilson, Volume 1, not my captain, but I think this is important because Sam is basically, so this is what you do when you can't get your message out through the media. And again, that's a point that when you look at that scene where he's like, you could do better, Senator, like he was making a very public point that not even Steve Rogers didn't stand in the middle of Times Square and try to fight against the government, right? So in this comic, right, he's like, take it to the hotline to go directly to the people. Hi, I'm Sam Wilson, Captain America. Not Falcon Captain America, Sam Wilson Captain America. You've probably been seeing me in the news a lot lately, which ironically is true. And if you have, I'm no longer working for SHIELD or the US government. Sounds a lot like Steve Rogers. But I am still working for you. That's why we've set up this hotline, or the hotline. If you see injustice in your community, if you see a wrong that needs to be righted, Send us a video message, a voicemail, or a social media post, and we're in this together. Be the one in your neighborhood, on your street, that takes a stand. All right, take it to the hotline. Now, why is this important? This is important because Steve Rogers was never a community superhero. He was a soldier. And then he was a government soldier. And then he was a shield soldier. But he was never like, he always said, he's from Brooklyn or Queens? Brooklyn, right? But he ain't never fought in Brooklyn. He didn't represent his community or New York where he's from or the state or whatever. He was really just a soldier. Whereas like Sam went to his community. Now again, Steve was out of place and out of time, so he didn't really have a community. Or at least they didn't show his community, because I'm sure some of those old folks might have been alive. But like Sam he represents more than just the symbol of America wherever he goes. He's the everyday superhero. Just like a lot of people don't like Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is your friendly neighborhood spider. And Sam Wilson has to have a balance between fighting in the neighborhood and representing the people, and also representing, America and the Avengers and all of that when stuff gets gritty. So does he have the swagger of Black Panther? No, but he does represent more than just himself. So that brings us to this, right? Captain America Brave New World is coming out February 14th. So we got about 7 days. And the question is whether should we accept Sam as Captain America? Now, put 1 in the chat if you think we should accept Sam as Captain America. Put a 1 in the chat. And if you do not think we should accept Falcon as Captain America, put a 2. Or put it on the poll. And I'll give you 30 seconds. And as you do that, 1 or 2, or you put it on the poll, I'll read the results of this poll. And then I will tell you my final thoughts on this matter. Now, again, regardless of how you sway, I feel like I at least gave you fair points of why people can accept him as Captain America, regardless of how you feel or not. I feel like I did my best to at least argue the point of why he could be Captain America. All right, let me get a drink real quick. And shout out to everyone that could just eat. Shout out to the people that could just eat crackers, bro. It's the little things in life, but crackers and cereal, no matter what, always go hard. Especially if you do like crackers with peanut butter and jelly, even though those things get messy, bomb. All right. 10 more seconds for the poll. Should Sam Wilson be Captain America? Then I'm going to end the poll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Get your votes in. 4, 4.5, 4 3/4. Are you supposed to go? Are you supposed to do like 4? Are you supposed to go? Are you supposed to go the other way? Are you supposed to do 4 3/4, then 4.5, then 4 1/4 when you count down? Cora says, "Who is Sam Wilson?" Sam Wilson is Steve Rogers' friend, and also Falcon. Falcon. And aka I do have a Falcon action figure somewhere around here, but I cannot figure out where he's at. But Falcon. Sam Wilson is Falcon. But Sam Wilson now is Captain America. Or that's the question. Is he Captain America or is he just Falcon? All right. Ending the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it is split down the middle, 50-50, out of 4 votes. Should Sam Wilson be Captain America? And you know what? I think that's fair. There's no like unanimous like yes or no. And I think that's where we are. And I think that's kind of what I think that's what Brave New World needs to convince us. Like Captain America Brave New World has to convince the world that Sam Wilson is Captain America. And I think that's their opportunity. They're either going to blow it or not. So, my final thoughts on this. Should we accept Falcon as Captain America? I say yes. Okay? Especially with all the on-the-job training that Sam Wilson has had with Captain America. I do think that that we should accept him as Captain America. But I don't think he is the leader that Steve Rogers is, which is important to me. He's not a bus driver. He's a rider's aide. So what does that mean? How can Steve Rogers be Captain America and not be the bus driver and only be the rider's aide? I don't think he has the sway to lead the Avengers into battle against Thanos or his army or any other person, hell, even the Hulk. I don't think he's going to pull up and be like, yo, let's go get him. And people are going to be like, hell yeah. I don't think he has that. And to Roger's point, that's because they haven't written him to be that alpha type of character. Now, do I think that he could lead like a recon insurgency somewhere and be a team leader? Absolutely. I also think that was the failing of the writers. So maybe if that was his original arc for him to be the alpha, they would have made him the alpha. And because they didn't, I think that's where we are now. And even though it happens in the comics, I don't know if a full history of galactic beings is established in the comics that he was fighting and leading teams against. I also think that maybe from now on, Captain America shouldn't just be one person. I think Captain America should be a team. I think it should be a team called Team America or Captain America or Team Captain America or the Captain America team or something. Let the writers figure it out. But I think this should be like the Thunderbolts or the Ninja Turtles or probably like the A-Team, right? Shout out to the 80s and 90s reference. I think each individual on the team should have like their own skill set, and it should be like 4 or 5 people. And I think together they should keep the legacy alive of Captain America. Now it would be dope, like if Old Man Cap was like the man in the, what is it, the man behind the, or the man in the chair, you know, like the person like sending them out to do stuff and training them and all of that. I think that would be dope. But I think at this point, Captain America is too big. It's bigger than any one character already established in the MCU. And as a mantle, it's okay that the moniker is passed down. I mean, because look, even Cameron was the president of Def Jam at some point, but that doesn't mean it has to stay like that. Raj says that the Team America stuff is disrespectful to Sam, as if he can't handle it on his own. I don't think he can. I think he should be. I personally just think that he can't. But again, the movie is there to establish to see if he can or not. But I personally don't think he can, and I think it should be a team. I think it should be a team of people, and not just like some okie doke whatever people, like a real team of people. But I think like it should be like a badass team. I don't think Sam himself as a person is Captain America. And I think he should go back to being Falcon or whatever, or Falcon America, or hell, he should even be called the Eagle. I think Falcon should like be Captain America, be like, yo, that ish was crazy, and then revert back to the wings and just call himself Eagle or something. And just be part of Team Captain America. And I don't know if there's a Team Captain America in the comics. I can Google it. But I think it would be dope. I don't think he can do it all on his own. Not in the MCU. This is crazy. Hold on. Like something like this. Like you got Hawkeye. I don't know if this is if this is Black Widow or the other chick, or Peggy's niece. You know, then you got like a Captain America figure. You got Sam, and then you got Bucky, and I think this is Team America. I think this is the A-Team. This is literally the A-Team, like Captain America A-Team, bro. I think that it has plus Red Wing. I know nothing of the Thunderbolts, but I think this is it. I think this is the solution. The toothpaste is already out of the tube, my guy. You might want a Team Captain America, but it ain't happening ever. I don't know. I mean, hell, what the hell are the Thunderbolts? The Thunderbolts are led by daggone your boy, right? What's with John Walker, right? Check this out. Everybody gets a shield, bro. Everybody gets a shield. Let's go. Come on, bro. Hell, you could call them Stars and Stripes. The Spangled Banners. What do you want to call them? What, like, you don't want to call the team Captain America? Cool. What do you want to call them? Right? Got to be something. Come on, dog. That goes hard. Give me all of those action figures right now. All of them. I'm copping all of them. Right? You got Ant-Man. You know, you got Ant-Man America, Wanda America, right? Falcon or Eagle America, Hawkeye America, and Bucky America. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And then we could have another Civil War situation of them going against the Thunderbolts, because I don't even know who those people are and why they matter. And then you telling me that they can't take down the Hulk? I mean, Hawkeye is like Batman, like, and then Ant-Man can like grow like super big. You're gonna tell me that? And Wanda, you can't tell me Wanda can't come in the joint and put Red Hulk to sleep? Seriously? And you telling me that Bucky can't get one good uppercut on Red Hulk before he rips his arm off? You telling me that you can't have Hawkeye from the back lighting them up with the bomb arrows and making it all smoky and all of that, and then Eagle come down and swipe that daggone shield through him? You serious? Are you serious? I could care less if there was a Captain America at all, but you're not going to make my black Captain America DEI. How the hell is that DEI? That's not even DEI. Because Wanda's a witch and Ant-Man's a Falcon? That's DEI? Nah, I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying Captain America needs to be a team. Team America. What the hell was the name of that movie? Yo, this is it right here, bro. This is it. This is it. Matter of fact, I might go back and watch this movie. Team America. Come on, bro. Are you serious? Now there ain't no black people in here. Whatever. I'm not tripping. I'm just saying. Can I open this? Come on, bro. You serious? I know Team America is a puppet movie. I'm serious though. I'm just talking about the concept. You telling me Steve Rogers ain't got hair like that? Come on, bro. You telling me that John Walker ain't got hair like that? I mean, do we have any Asian women in the only Asian woman we got in Marvel is Shang-Chi's sister? Well, whatever. Or brunette, whatever you want to call her. And then this guy, this look like Bucky. I ain't gonna lie. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. The point is February 14th, are you gonna watch the movie or not? Are you racing to the movies to go see Captain America, Brave New World in theaters? Are you gonna watch it when it streams? Are you gonna Pirate Bay it? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna watch it, or are you not gonna watch it? Right? Not gonna go crazy with the numbers. But just put in the chat, just put theaters, stream, or NA. Obviously, NA means you're not gonna watch it. Now, on a side note, something I wanted to point out. So I look for toys and stuff. February 12th, I already have my tickets, and they also it's coming out a little bit early. And that's the thing. Why do they always say that the movie comes out Friday when the movie really comes out Wednesday and Thursday? I think that's super weird. Um, but what I was my point in showing y'all this is the fact that I went to the store and I was trying to see like what kind of toys they had for marketing and stuff. And I think if it'll work. I think this goes hard. That's dope. With the shield that like it connects. I don't know, but the other question is how market is there a marketability with Sam Wilson being Captain America? And I think when you have like something like cool like this, I think it stands out. Um, because now anybody can be these characters. And I think regardless of if you agree with Sam being Captain America or not, you gotta at least respect the fact that the kids are gonna run out and buy this, and hell, they might not even tell the difference between who Captain America is and who's not. But I think like yeah, um, but having the mask, sorry, it's like lopsided, but having like the mask or whatever with the shield, and like you're able to like shoot the shields, or you're able to like connect the shield. So like kind of like when he puts his arm up and he like catches it, I think that's dope. Um, and then you got like this where it's like he's shooting missiles and stuff. I think that's fire. So anyway, I digress. I mean, hell, if I would probably go out and buy it if I was a kid, I'd be like, "Yo, dad, let me cop that." Why not? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all in this discussion. I think this was a very good discussion. And I mean, I did all of this not to kind of to sway your opinion in either direction, but I wanted to make points where if you were on the fence, maybe you would reconsider. Um, and let me know like if you agree with my idea about the team America. Now I do have another poll. I have a poll on my Midwatch channel. So if you've ever been up here, hold up. So this is my Midwatch page, obviously. You can see I have 31 subscribers. Uh, hopefully y'all can help me get to 50 subscribers so I can do live streams on my phone. That's the most important thing that I'm trying to do Raj is texting me pictures of his daggone tickets. I hope he sits in the back somewhere that he can't hear nothing. Anyway, this is my mid-watch page on my lives in the playlist and everything, so you guys can go back and watch. But more importantly, my posts. This used to be a community page. They call it a post page now. I have 2 polls up. This poll is about the Captain America. So we got 53 votes in there. And most people said that Sam Wilson should be Captain America over Bucky, John Walker, and Isaiah Bradley. I mean, so that's positive. I mean, again, that's 50%. But then also you got to think about, if Sam Wilson isn't Captain America, who else is going to be it? And we saw, kind of what these 3 would be like if they had that. Well, we didn't see Isaiah Bradley, but we did see the aftermath of Isaiah Bradley. So we see that it kind of takes a toll on people. But yeah, man, I do be putting polls up here. Sometimes I drop like early reviews of stuff that, in case I don't get a chance to do like a full review. But also, for those of you that watched the Fantastic Four trailer recently, come down here and vote and let me know if you're more excited for Superman Legacy or the Fantastic Four movie. Right now, we got a little teaser. So I wonder if they're going to do like a full trailer for the Super Bowl this coming weekend, and see if that's going to sway people. And I think once we get like a full trailer, I think people are going to like really put their foot down and decide which way they want to lean. And then also in my description of my video, I put a link to my new website that I'm working on. So that's like an exclusive look that you guys can kind of check out. Hold on, Raj. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. So Bucky as Captain America is only possible in the Orange Cheetos America, so maybe I should change my vote. I mean, look, honestly, well, it depends. Are we talking about American Bucky or Hydra Bucky? I don't know. I mean, Bucky's going through a lot of stuff, so shout out to him for coming through. But this is a sneak peek at my website. I'm trying to put this stuff up here so you guys know what to watch next. These are all 2025 stuff, what the release dates, and then like essentially when you click on it, I'm gonna have more information on the show, who's in it, what the synopsis is, so you can kind of decide if you want to check it out or not. And then you can kind of go around. And if you click this no place like home and go to the home page, this will take you to the main page. And then from there, you can check out my socials. You can go to the movies page. And then these are all the movies. Yo, if you haven't seen this Hurry Up Tomorrow trailer starring The Weeknd and Jenna Ortega, you definitely got to check that out. Definitely want to know what date that's coming out, because that's going to be dope. Magazine Dreams is finally coming out with Jonathan Majors. There's Mickey 17 with Robert Pattinson. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, right? You got Thunderbolts going on right here. So there's a lot of stuff going on this year. and I'm going to try to have everything up here for you guys to check out. Like I said, with all the information, who's in it, the I watch it. Um, so probably in America, Brave New World, and put my rating. Then I'll be able to launch my website. So I'm excited for y'all. If y'all hit the link and check it out, definitely let me know what y'all think about it. Give me some feedback, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see. I'm really, this isn't for me. This is really for y'all. I have a long watch list, but I'm trying to make it kind of fun for you guys to access. And then, like I said, I'll actually have like my posts and my media up here. If not, like probably links to the lives and like clips from my videos and stuff. So just be on the lookout. Probably in the next 2 weeks, hopefully I get this launched. Um, and that's it, man. Help me get to 50 followers. That's the goal right now, like I said, so I can um, live stream from my phone. So I'm not always like, or at least I can edit the information for my lives from my phone. So I don't have to, if I come up with an idea and I'm out, I don't have to like wait till I get home and try to add it. I could just do it right there from my phone. So uh, yeah, I love you guys. Happy Friday. I know, hell, it's almost Friday for a lot of y'all, and it's Friday for at least one of y'all. So um, enjoy your Friday. Let's get through this work week. Enjoy your weekend. And if you guys don't hear back from me sooner, I'm thinking about trying to maybe do like a Super Bowl trailers video. Not sure yet, but worst case scenario, you guys will hear from me once I see Captain America Brave New World. I love you guys. We had 64 views in here. Um, so, and like I said, I'm gonna try to clip this up and put the clips out throughout the weekend. So, and if there was a favorite moment from this live, let me know so I can make sure I clip it and I put it up there. Um, all my socials are gonna be on my website. Um, let's see, on the yeah down here. So if you need to, if you want to find me, this is one of I'm working on trying to figure out. I'm working on TikTok right now. TikTok and YouTube are my two major kind of platforms that I'm trying to work on outside of the website. So keep me posted, keep me in mind as you're searching stuff, and hopefully I pop up on your feed. But most importantly, I'm just trying to get to 50 subscribers right now. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. But just tell your grandma, either tell your grandma to subscribe to my channel, or just take her phone when she's not looking and just hit subscribe, right? Not expecting grandma to come check us out, but if she does, so sometimes I got old references for older shows and stuff, right? The Thundercats wasn't my era, but if they ever make a Thundercats movie, I will, or TV show, I'll catch up and see what that's about. But Midwash, I love y'all. Um, I don't have a catchphrase because I don't want to feel like I'm copying "We Out of Here" or whatever. I don't know, but you know where we at. Shout out to the Midsomniacs. That's gonna be up for another 6 hours after this. Also, before I go, uh, I know everyone's watching Severance. I'm watching Severance too. Not sure if I'm gonna do a review on it. Um, but Sterling K. Brown is in that show Paradise. And it's worth checking out. There's 3 episodes already. I think it's a little bit different than other. I mean, it's similar to some things, but they definitely have like their own spin of how they're going about telling this story and it's definitely interesting as hell. Um, and honestly, they got a little Game of Thrones stuff going on right now. So check that out. If I can recommend any show for February, that's the show I'm gonna recommend. Um, right now, I recommend that over Severance because I think Severance is has a very niche group of people that are gonna like it. But again, if you are watching Severance, they are on the second season, so you may enjoy that. But at the end of the day, check out Paradise. Um, there's a lot of good stuff going on with that show, and hopefully by the time I launch my website, I have more information of what you guys can catch up with and what to look out for. And yeah, man, leave a comment. And for whatever reason, after I stopped the stream, the comments from the stream aren't showing up on like the page, which is weird. I wish it did. I got to figure out how to do that. Um, yeah, I don't know, but that's where we at. So shout out to y'all. Stay up, bro, and I'll catch you on the next one. Is that a duck face? All right, yo, for real. Peace.